actually with economic development. That is protecting investors for unforeseen circumstances, uses, which can put their own projects in jeopardy. That's just baseline. And it has to do, of course, with assuring investors that communities, have their act in place, that they actually know what they want and they're going to go through with it. So elimination of uncertainties. So I think the rewriting of the zoning affirms that we're determined to preserve what's positive here in the long term, and also that we want to embrace the innovation that we need in terms of economic development. So that's economic development. Second issue, I think, is location. We're 90 minutes from 22 million people in the metropolitan area. That's between Philly, New York, and the whole area. So actually, I'm very positive in the sense that I think we're poised for a kind of rebirth. It may not be next year, but it'll be in the next 15 to 20 years because the whole country is changing in many ways. And we should take advantage of this situation. But it could be a blessing or a nightmare, one or the other, depending on what we do, and we've got a plan. So I think Lumberland needs to determine its own destiny, to signal to everybody that we're firmly committed to an informed, equitable management of the development process. And I think in this formula, it's not only the singular issue of Marcellus shale and gas extraction. I think there's also the problem of many, many smaller things, small mistakes, which may not be coming from some global energy company, but from our own knowledge, our own maybe lack of study, whatever. So I think this is a very important thing to keep in mind. And the third point, which is sort of related to this, has to do with the heavy industrial activity. I certainly would go for Section 10 before anything else. I mean, that's fundamental. And I doubt if anybody here really disagrees with that.
30 seconds.
Okay. But let's say, I want to note that you don't have to frack a single well in Lumberland to have huge impacts. And I did a study at Columbia looking at the fracking of the game lands across the river, the rebuilding of the Pondeti Bridge, and it's sort of a no-brainer to understand that there are huge impacts from that activity alone. And I'll leave a copy of that study with you. This is roads, infrastructure, housing, social services, you name it. So I know we're working on rezoning. We're probably going to work a little more on zoning. There's not one voice on this. But let's not take no action.